Are you concerned that your UpX earnings are decreasing? If you adopt these strategies, you won't have to worry. Upland has introduced gamified earnings, where every season you have to complete a number of tasks, and each task that you complete, up to 5 tasks, will increase the amount of earnings that you will have for the next season. You can learn more about gamified earnings in the link in the description below or the upper right hand corner, and in this video I'm going to cover 4 different reasons why you won't have to worry about these boosted earnings.
I'm YK2012, founder of the Upland Guide. I'm here to unlock the secrets of the Upland Metaverse. On this channel you can find everything you need to build your Upland empire. Expert tutorials, winning strategies, pro tips and tricks, and a lot more. Hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to stay ahead of the game. Remember, knowledge is power, and in the Upland Metaverse, that knowledge is truly your most valuable asset.
The base earnings are set at 4.9% of the mint prices of the properties that you own. Obviously, if you have properties in collection, then those boosts are applied as well. For every task that you complete up to 5 tasks, you are increasing the amount of earnings that you make up to 14.7%. Now, if you do happen to complete all the tasks, you can even get more than that 14.7% earnings for the next season. Now, if you're a relatively new player, chances are your monthly earnings are not that high to begin with. So overextending yourself and trying to complete tasks just in order to increase your earnings might not make much sense. If you have to complete a task which is going to cost you, let's say, 3,000 UpX in total, but the amount of boosted earnings that you will get for the following 2 months of that season is only 500 UpX, then it doesn't make sense for you to complete those tasks. Some of the tasks are quite easy, but some can be quite costly in order to complete. You don't have to try and do everything, and not everything in that list is going to be for every type of player. The list changes from season to season, so make sure you do check out the link in the description below to see what tasks are relevant for the current season. Secondly, Upland's slogan is play, earn, and connect. Maybe you're not in the Upland Metaverse for the earning aspect. If you're here to play different games and to connect with other people, any earnings that you have is just a bonus. Just like I mentioned previously, there might not be a need for you to overextend yourself and complete tasks that are outside of the scope of what you want to do, just in order to get boosted earnings that might just be an added bonus. Number 3, maybe you're just not that focused on properties. Maybe your gameplay strategizes around car racing or collecting NFLPA legits. There are ways that you can earn through those aspects of Upland as well, and not only through property ownership. Now, what happens if property ownership is a large part of your strategy in Upland? It's still possible that these boosted earnings are not that big of a deal to you. For example, I recently purchased this property in Manhattan, which is really close to the train terminal in Grand Central Station. The original mint price was 52,000 UpX, but I paid almost 10 times that amount. Now, someone who purchases a property for that much of a markup is not looking at the amount of earnings that that property generates. As you can see here, this property is generating for me 764 UpX every month, and that's after I had put it in the New Yorker collection. I purchased this property because of its location and my intention of opening up a metaventure there in the future. Someone who purchases these types of properties and pays these types of markups for these properties is not someone who is looking at the amount of earnings that the property is generating. They are looking at the long-term value of the property. The fact that it does generate earnings for me is fantastic, and I am going to try and optimize that, but not at any price. If I'm the type of person who isn't planning on being engaged in Upland every single day, and I do want to go out and purchase some of these properties, then it's not going to be the end of the world for me that I'm only going to be making a 4.9% return on them and not trying to optimize the amount of earnings that I get. Having said all of that, the gamification of these earnings is a positive thing, and it does reward the players who are most engaged in the game. As your net worth continues to grow, and maybe your monthly earnings do start to increase, it might start to make more sense to focus more time and energy on completing more of these tasks, as you will be able to boost your earnings further. If you want to learn more about Upland real estate, make sure to check out this playlist here. I hope this video was informative and maybe gave you some additional ideas of how you might be able to play Upland.